Welcome everyone to Smash Trivia. Tonight we'll be doing some best of Smash Trivia. Because it was the 1 year anniversary this week, and I just wanted to celebrate. Thank you everyone for coming. And the game will be starting in just 35 seconds. Alright, for our first question of the night, in iCarly, in episode 1, who thinks of the name iCarly for the web show? Alright, and the answer was Freddy. Alright, for our next question, also in iCarly, who left law school to become an artist? The answer was Spencer. And if you're wondering how I chose the questions for tonight, I chose them based on which questions over the past year were the most popular on Smash Trivia. Alright, for our next question, what is Jim Carrey's occupation in Me, Myself, and Irene? Alright, and the answer was a Rhode Island state trooper. Alright, for our next question, we're going for a ride on the information superhighway. Name the Jim Carrey movie. Alright, and the answer was The Cable Guy. Alright, for our next question. In Harry Potter, in what candy does Harry discover a Dumbledore card? The answer was a chocolate frog. Also in Harry Potter, what is Albus Dumbledore's middle name? The answer was all three: Percival, Walthric, Brian. Alright, for our next question, how does George Costanza's fiancée die on Seinfeld? The answer was licking toxic glue. Alright, for our next question, which character becomes a wanted fugitive during the final season of The Office? Alright, and the answer was Creed. Alright, for our next question, in Space Jam, who is the first Looney Tunes character who speaks in this movie? The answer was Daffy Duck. Alright, for our next question, also in Space Jam, what is the name of the basketball team of oversized aliens? The answer was the Monstars. And I'd like to take a moment to ask, how does my mic sound? I recently got a new mic, specifically for our 1-year anniversary. Hey, so I just want to ask, how does it sound? Alright, for our next question, some Harry Potter trivia again. In Harry Potter, who is Fluffy? Alright, and the answer was a 3-headed dog. Also in Harry Potter, what does the Imperious Curse do? The answer was it mind controls. Alright, for our next question, in 101 Dalmatians, how many puppies were born to Perita and Pongo? Alright, and the answer was 15. Alright, for our next question, also in 101 Dalmatians, what TV show do the puppies watch with their parents? The answer was the Thunderbolt Adventure Hour. Alright, for our next question. In the Hulk's second comic issue, why did the Hulk's skin change from gray to green? Alright, and the answer was gray didn't print well. Alright, for our next question, in Scream, of the people who end up dead, who is the only one the killer does not kill with a knife or other sharp object? The answer was Tatum. And I want to take a moment to say, as I do every stream, in the description there's links both to donate and to the merch store. Please consider donating or buying something off the merch store because it does cost me every month to do the live stream. And it's especially costed me this time as I was buying a new mic. Alright, for our next question. In A Christmas Story, from whom did Ralphie tell his mom he picked up the bad word? Alright, and the answer was Schwartz. Alright, for our next question. In Avengers Infinity War, in the middle of the battle in Wakanda, Steve Rogers introduces himself to someone. Who is it? The answer was Groot. Alright, for our next question. In Thor Ragnarok, what famous actor portrayed Loki in the fictional stage play about his life? Alright, and the answer was Matt Damon. Alright, for our next question, which version of the Iron Man suit does Tony Stark wear in the first Avengers film? The answer was the Mark 7. Alright, for our next question, in Avengers Endgame, which hero realizes that the stones are not in the Infinity Gauntlet, which the Avengers first confront Thanos? Alright, and the answer was Rocket. Alright, for our next question, what is the name of the hotel in the book The Shining? Alright, and the answer was the Overlook. Alright, for our next question, what was the name of Tim the Toolman Taylor's handyman show from Home Improvement? Alright, and the answer was Tool Time. Alright, for our next question in Deadpool, what does Deadpool call Professor Xavier's estate? The answer was the Neverland Mansion. Alright, for our next question, also in Deadpool, what is the name of the blind Deadpool character who is Wade Wilson's roommate? The answer was Blind Al. Alright, for our next question in Sonic, what species is Knuckles? The answer was an echidna. Alright, for our next question, in which 2012 Disney film does Sonic make an appearance? Alright, and the answer was Wreck-It Ralph. Alright, for our next question, in Total Recall, what is the name of the bar that Quaid visits on Mars? The answer was The Last Resort. Alright, for our next question, also in Total Recall, what is the name of the automated taxi cabs used in the film? The answer was the Johnny Cabs. Alright, for our next question, in Men in Black, how does J refer to K's neuralizer? The answer was the flashy thing. Alright, for our next question, also in Men in Black, which famous actor / wrestler is revealed to be an alien? The answer was Sylvester Stallone. Alright, for our next question, which TV dad was revealed to be deceased and not a lottery winner in the bizarre series finale of this long-running show? And the answer was Dan Connors. Alright, for our next question, Danny Tanner of Full House is obsessed with what? The answer was cleaning. And the next question will be our final question of the night. Alright, for our final question of the night, what is Philip Banks, also known as Uncle Phil in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, what is his profession? Alright, and the answer was a judge. And as we're wrapping this up, I do want to say again, please look in the description. There is links for both donating and to the merch store. Please consider donating or buying something off the merch store, because it does cost me every month to do the live stream. And I also would like to say thank you to anyone who watches this for supporting me over this past year. And particularly, I would like to thank Barbara Schultz for being here every week. And our big winner tonight is Barbara Schultz. Thank you and good night.